Happy New Year. It is 2024.
And a new calendar.
And we are going to start off with, I think, a winter staple. We're going to make soup today. So a Savory Winter Pork Stew. Today. Is that the name of it, Kacy?
Yes, that is it. That's correct. And I love stews and soups in the winter. I like them all year round because they just get better as leftovers. Each time you cook, warm them up, they just get better. So I love soup. So I have not had this one.
All right,
let's try this out.
It's a brand new for all of us. So we're gonna go a little old school and throw some seasonings in a bag and season our pork here. So I've got some just all-purpose flour. I'm gonna put that in here.
Let me hold it and you don't
do that. And then just basic salt, pepper, garlic, and then we're gonna mix that up in there.
This reminds me of the old shake and bake.
Yeah, so if you have kids around, this might be a fun thing for them to do. I think they'd enjoy this. Okay, so I have my 2 pounds of pork that I have cubed, and I've trimmed away most of the fat from it. So I'm just gonna hopefully dump this in here and not go too it.
Perfect.
There we go.
Good job.
All right, so we'll seal that up. We just want to get the pork nice and coated. Look, Kay's a good shake and baker.
We need some music.
I know. I would sing, but y'all turn off that video real fast. So
that does work well. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's all gotten coated because you don't have all the mess. So.
Yeah, so that's nice. Flour tends to make a mess. So in your recipe instructions, it kind of tells you to cook one batch and then remove that and cook the second batch if you don't have a skillet big enough. Well, we have a skillet big enough, so we're gonna go ahead and do all this in one batch together. Helps if one plugs in the skillet.
Electric skillets work better when they're connected to electricity.
They do.
It's a new year and we are definitely even more smart aleck, okay?
Just give us time. All right, so I do have 2 tablespoons of olive oil that are gonna go in our skillet here. Okay. All right.
Pork. All that goes in there?
All that goes in there. So this is kind of a, Kay and I like a one pot dish. So we've got a couple pots going on here. So just the extra skillet here with that. So we'll give that just a second for that oil to heat up. Hope all of you all are having a good start to the year. If you have not picked up your calendar, we actually have given out a lot of calendars already. So
they're going fast.
Yeah, so make sure that you stop in and get yours for the new year.
Which we want them out there.
Absolutely.
So we want them to go, but we don't want anybody to be left out. So make sure that you make a point to stop by 603 Millersburg Road, Bourbon County Extension Office, and pick up your new, it's green and white this time. So
that's what it looks like. And we do have them available in English and Spanish. So those are both options that we have for you. So, all right, so let's get this in here. Get this pork cooked up.
I'm just so excited. I don't have flour everywhere.
I know.
I'm terrible about getting flour everywhere.
That was nice. All right. Just separate this pork out so it cooks nice and evenly and gets browned on all sides. As once this cooks in the skillet, it is going to transfer over into our pot to cook with the rest of our soup ingredients. Okay, just make sure that this is good and mixed. We're just going to let this start browning.
Looking good.
It is. So our pork is almost completely browned here. It's getting a nice color to it, and so that will add a lot of flavor into our stew. Pork is a great way to vary your protein source. We talk about eating a lot of different proteins, and so having some pork like this that's nice and lean because we trimmed the extra fat off of it. It's just a great different option to use, and maybe a little less expensive than some other options. So.
Don't like to have the same meat all the time. I do like meat. I'm not gonna lie, but
it's nice to have something a little different. Yeah. So this is smelling really good.
I want to stop here.
So like it's like definitely filling the air with lots of delicious scents right now. And of course, just real basic here, you know, pretty much pantry staples with our pork. So this recipe does feed a lot. So if you have a big family or don't want to cook for 2 or 3 nights, I think soups are a great, and stews are a great thing to do. That way you've got multiple nights taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. Yeah.
And that was what, 2 pounds?
This is 2 pounds of pork, so.
Which is probably how many slices, do you remember?
But it was, what I purchased was 2 packages of the thin pork loins. And it was maybe 6 slices per container, maybe 6 to 8. So, and that would depend on what thickness you got. If you wanted a little bit thicker ones, I chose the thinner ones just because that's a personal preference. I think to like the thinner ones better, and I think they cook a little faster.
Especially in stews.
In stews, yeah. You know, if you like the big chunkier, you could definitely do the bigger ones. But I thought that this would work really well in this stew. So, all right.
It's winter. It's definitely the time for the warmth, the comfort food of soups and stews. Oh, that looks good, Kacy.
It does.
Really good.
It does. Nice brown to it, and all right, I think we are ready to transfer this to our pot.
From over there, that helps.
All right, so we're just gonna put that right in here. And we will add all of our other ingredients. Well, not all of the ingredients. There's a 2-step process in this. So we're gonna add our pork here. Make sure we get all of those pieces in there. This is
Oh, you don't want to leave any behind. Of course, I might pick it up and eat it, but
yeah.
it smells so good.
All right, there we go.
Let me move that.
Get this out of the way here. There we go. All right, now we can add the rest of our ingredients to our pot here. Okay, so we have carrots, just 2 whole carrots. We have, or that was actually 3 carrots. 2 celeries, 3 carrots. And then an onion in there. And then our recipe calls for 32 ounces of chicken broth, but we're only gonna put 3 in right now, 3 cups of the 4. And then we're gonna let this all cook together, and then we'll add the other cup once we add in our potatoes.
Move this over so you can see. Let me see it up there. Good job.
All right. All right, so we're gonna get this going. I think we want to heat this, if I'm not mistaken, we want to bring this to a boil.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring this to a boil here. Look at all those colors. You just know, I mean, that trio of onions, carrots, and celery, you can't go wrong with those 3 things. They work as a base for almost any soup.
And they're relatively inexpensive to add to the pork too.
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of sodium.
Yeah, that
it's
we
really
use
good.
low sodium chicken broth. It's just a great way to get some vegetables in. All right, so we've got all of our ingredients so far in here. So we've got our pork, our carrots, our onions, our celery, and then our chicken broth. Then we're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we'll reduce to medium heat and let it cook for 20 to 30 minutes until the vegetables are tender.
Take those carrots a little while.
Yeah. All right, so this has been hanging out for about 30 minutes on the stove, just letting those vegetables get nice and soft.
Looks good.
Looks really good. It's gotten thick and just lots of flavor. So now we're gonna do the second step of adding in our softer things, or things that we don't want to get too mushy. So I have another cup of chicken broth that we're gonna add in to that last cup. Then we have 3 diced potatoes that we're gonna add in. And then we have 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chilies.
This does make a lot.
And then we're just gonna give this a mix. And we're gonna bring this back to a boil and then turn it down and let it cook for about 15-20 minutes. And then it should be ready for us.
Looks yummy.
All right, we'll see you when it's done. All right, this is our finished product. Our Savory Winter Pork Stew is ready to go.
Oh, and it looks so good. It smells so good.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's that, what is that, stick to your bones, stick to your ribs kind of meal. It's that super hearty, thick stew. So we hope that you give this a try. Remember, if you've not stopped in and picked up your 2024 calendar, to please do that. So that you can, have all the recipes for this year.
And we're excited about trying them all. We haven't tried them yet, but we're ready to help you. So please leave a message and let us know how you like them. It looks like it's going to be a cold weekend, so might be the perfect time to try it. So
absolutely.
Stop by and see us at the Bourbon County Extension Office. Pick up your calendar. And we're so excited about starting a new year, 2024.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
Bye.